Take on the Tampa Bay Rays. Don's head is going to explode when I ask you this first question.
Okay.
You see the Rays that they had on the monitor? Have you ever been out there to visit those?
In the tank?
Yeah, in the tank.
I haven't, but I packed a Speedo. There's always tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Because I'm going right in.
I was going to look outside and see him.
Oh, you're not supposed to swim with him?
I don't think you're supposed to swim with the Rays.
I didn't see a sign.
I think I was going to go today, but not do the Speedo.
Don't go tomorrow.
Jorge Mateo on the 7-day IL with a concussion. What's his status?
Yeah, he was taking ground balls earlier today. He's eligible to come off the IL tomorrow. Probably going to happen, and that sets up how do you make room for Jorge Mateo. And when you get the beat writers all together, we'll start bouncing ideas. And really, there are three that would seem to come to mind. They could reverse the Connor Norby transaction and just send him back down. He got the taste, got a look, get him regular at-bats again. Kyle Stowers would be a possibility, maybe, if they want him to get the regular at-bats. They have enough left-handed hitting outfield options here, obviously, including Ryan O'Hearn, or gasp. What about Cedric Mullins? He has two options left, something you never would have considered not long ago.
Wow.
But you don't know now. He's hitting 170, a 522 OPS. He's in stretches now of 0 for 24, 1 for 31. He is scuffling. And we talked to Ryan Fuller earlier, and you heard him say that, you know, sometimes you exhaust all the mechanical things. He wasn't talking specifically about Cedric, but when a guy's slumping, and then what's now? Is it more mental? Maybe he needs the brief reset with the guarantee, hey, you'll be back up. Maybe they're not even considering that. But those are the three that kind of come to mind. If he needs a low-pressure kind of reset, Mateo would probably play more center than against left-handed pitching. You could have Norby at second. We've really thought a lot about this, if that's the case.
On top of that, you don't know the status of the wrist, right? Wrist with Stowers.
Right, which we had been told after yesterday's game doesn't seem to be too serious, but he is out of the lineup. We didn't have Brandon Hyde pregame access to ask him. Try and remember to ask him post-game. That would be the other move if all of a sudden it became a little more chronic. It's like, well, we can bide some time. But either way, it looks like Mateo is ready to come back. Now,
the starting rotation, it seems like every time there's a problem, someone steps up and answers it and brings about a solution. They're getting it done, Roch.
They really are getting it done. When you look at their ERAs, and you know, overall, they rank third in the majors with lowest ERA at 3.21, and the rotation is third at 3.11. The staff is 3.21, and yet obviously social media, there's always the Brandon Hyde. You left this guy in too long. You should have taken this guy out. You should have left him in. What are you doing with the bullpen? And you're getting all these results here, and it has not been obviously a set rotation. It's been very fluid. No John Means, Tyler Wells, whether it would have been rotation or bullpen. Very good, and all we know is Grayson Rodriguez starts today.
Yeah.
And we know Corbin Burns starts tomorrow, probably with James McCann catching him for the 5th straight start.
Right.
See more on that in another segment. And then after that, I mean, is it Albert Suarez and Cade Povich, the first 2 games at Camden Yards against the Braves? That's how they're lined up. Is it, hey, we would like Suarez to be in the bullpen, even though he's done really well in the rotation, because we need a bulk reliever, and we can do that right now with him? Maybe not. And Dean Kramer, probably a brief rehab assignment. They haven't made that official yet. Had another bullpen here. Either he's had it today or he's having it tomorrow. And they're going to decide that, 'cause it's been a while since he pitched. So he may not dive right back into the rotation. Right. So they're going to have to make some decisions eventually. But right now, we're going pretty much day to day and a lot of TBA.
The biggest and most pleasant surprise in that rotation to me has been Cole Irvin. Yeah. His consistency, his bad games are really good games. Yeah. You know what I mean? He gave up 3 runs. Oh, man, what a horrible
he's
game.
struggling. But, by the way, TBA, day-to-day, and a lot of TBA should be on the T-shirt. That is brilliant. I just came up with that.
I told
I have dibs.
I said, how you said TBD and TBA.
Yes.
I said TBD sounds to me that you really don't know.
Right, TBA is like, we're not telling you.
You're not telling us.
Exactly. But Irvin's been so valuable. And, I mean, I even wrote a while back, it's like, don't break Cole Irvin. Because they took him out of the rotation, put him in the bullpen briefly, and it's like, hey, look, he's doing great in the rotation. Don't mess with the man. He has been one of the more pleasant surprises. And we were obsessed with his velo in spring training. Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. And it's back down. He's like, I'm not obsessed with it. He's just going pitch to pitch, batter to batter. And his mindset's a certain way now, and he's not looking at the gun. He doesn't care if it's 90 or 96. He's just getting out.
And I'll admit, I probably shouldn't. For me, I pull for him because I like him. I just
very likable guy. Great quote. You ask a question, you're going to get an answer. We love that.
I like him.
Yeah.
2 guys on the injured list. Let's start off first with Felix Bautista.
Yeah, we got to see him, actually. This is like a reunion when you come back here, because the guys are in Sarasota rehabbing. He was playing catch yesterday. Of course, we were all like waiting for him, watching him, because we weren't sure if we'd have access to him or not, but we wanted to see him. And he was playing catch and started long tossing, took a break, went back out. This was not like light lobbing the ball. No. I mean, eventually he was popping the mitt. Now, I'm not saying he's pitching in 2024. I'm just saying, though, he's making really nice progress. I did have a friend ask, hey, what if in the playoffs he's ready? Would they? And I was like, shut up. We're not going there yet. Don't even put that in my head. So I don't think so. And also, Tyler Wells is here.
That's the other pitcher.
Yes, reunion. And he hasn't had his elbow surgery. We thought he was having it around the same time as John Means, which was Monday. He hasn't yet. Otherwise, my reporter instincts, I would have seen a brace on that arm.
Right.
He doesn't have it, but he's still scheduled for it. The only thing we don't know if it's a straight-up Tommy John, which Means had, and which Wells had before the Orioles drafted him in the Rule 5, or if it's more of a possibility of that internal brace procedure, which is a little bit faster recovery, more in the, I don't know, you can Google it, 12-month as opposed to the 12 to 18, if it isn't as serious. Yeah. So maybe that's in the cards here, but he has not had it yet. I keep thinking, well, it's got to be eventually. You got to start the rehab to get him back. Yeah. But it's just nice to see these guys here.
Now, a little bit earlier, we spoke to Ryan Fuller, and we talked about the Oriole hitting. Rock, you've covered this team for a long time.
Thanks.
We remember the era.
Yes, old man.
We remember the era back in the mid-2000s with Adam Jones and the guys that launched a lot of bombs. That's what they were. They were a home run hitting team. Yeah. This team leads the league in home runs, and I wouldn't categorize them as a home run hitting team.
No, and I go back, obviously, was it a 96? And again, it was a very veteran-laden group. That's what makes this team different. It's so many of the kids, the younger guys, but they aren't going to the plate trying to hit a home runs. There are guys who have no idea, and I think O'Hearn was one of them yesterday, had no idea. You guys lead the majors in home runs. He goes, we do? Yeah. It's like we were playing Stump the Oriole, like with these guys. They're not really paying attention. They don't go up there trying to hit home runs, but it's a product of their approach, what they're taught here. Wait for a pitch that you can hit in the zone, do damage with it. And that is what they're doing. Now, obviously, there's natural power. These are talented young hitters. But they are not obsessed with where do we rank, how many home runs have we hit. It's just going to happen organically.
We knew Jordan Westburg was good because we were told he was good. I didn't think he'd be this good, this well-rounded this soon.
Yeah, and it's nice because I think they must have known because they went to spring training planning to play him more regularly. It was going to be Gunner's our everyday shortstop. Surprise, we thought he was going to bounce between short and third again. And Westburg, second or third, he's going to play a lot. And with Mateo playing so well at second, and eventually Jackson Holliday will be back. I can't believe we've done this whole segment and not said Jackson Holliday. That's a record. He's going to play mostly third, but he's just such a good hitter. A lot to the right field, right center. Just has a great approach. Can spray the ball all over the field. Has power. Just a really, really good hitter. But under the radar, kind of like a wrestler that you mentioned before.
Yeah, the Four Horsemen, and he would be Tully Blanchard. That's right. You don't know it until you look up, and he has a lot of belts. Yeah. Now, I wasn't going to bring it up, but you brought it up, so since you brought it up, I'm going to stir the pot. Jackson Holliday, any idea when he might return to Baltimore?
Can we talk more about the Rays out there? I mean, he's really hitting well again, and there's no, set timetable. I keep predicting at some point later this month, if he keeps hitting the way he is. It's just nice to see him that he did the work that they wanted him to do down there. He's so naturally gifted. He's hitting the ball hard again, his on-base plus slugging, playing a really good second base. It's just a matter of time, but it's like right now they don't have a screaming need for it. I mean, they're playing really well, 19 games of 500. They're really happy with Mateo at second when he's healthy. But eventually he is going to get back up here. I keep saying later this month, I am not working on any inside information.
And for the record, I would put more money on Roch jumping in there with the Speedo on before Roch showing up to Toronto.
That is fair. That is very fair.
Thanks a lot, Roch.
All right, thanks.